We should be live, chat. We should be live, chat. I think we live. Let me get everything set up. But we got Monday Night Raw. Now, this is going to be a very interesting Raw based on things that we did get last week, I believe. So hopefully tonight's Monday Night Raw is a little interesting, to say the least. Now, I do know we got Roman Reigns on the show. We got Roman Reigns. That's going to be really interesting within itself because we know Roman and CM Punk are going to have their own back and forth tonight. I do know that. I'm pretty sure Roman might bring up Larry, unfortunately. So if you guys might feel a little insensitive to that, I would advise you not to watch this because it's going to get a little over the top. I will say that. A little over the edge. And then I wonder if Finn Balor is going to have anything to say based off what happened last week. It's going to be very interesting, chat. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what could be taking place. Now, I know they are in Texas. They are in San Antonio, which is about 2-3 hours away. People were asking me where I was going to go. I was thinking about it, but like ticket prices have kind of been all over the place today as of late. But I'm maybe down the line. Maybe down the line I'll try to go to San Antonio because San Antonio has always been a very amazing place that I always love to visit. So it's always a place that I will go back and revisit for sure. We got Bayley and AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship. That's going to be a really good match. Dream match in the making. That's probably been like, at least 10 years in the making since like 2013. Alexis Brock going to confront Seth. I can see that's a possibility. I think that is a rumor. That is possibly. Happy birthday to
They are here in full force, minus the recently excommunicated Finn Balor. Tonight, we take a look back at the shocking betrayal of Balor last week. The women's world champion.
Not them throwing out Finn Balor stuff. It was good, Scott. So we got Raquel and Stephanie. Now Raquel, I mean, needs to get some wins over Stephanie. I don't know why, but they have not done anything with that storyline. I feel like they just completely dropped it, if you want me to be honest with you. I'm leaning towards more LA Knight. I don't want it to be LA Knight. I really don't. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, if that's the case, it's really going to be it's going to be a rehash of Lesnar and Ambrose in 2016 at WrestleMania 32. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. I don't care to see that match at all. It just does nothing for me. And also, it's 316 day. It's 316 day, chat. And I'm pretty sure there's probably somebody that you guys have been wanting to stunner all day. And we're already starting off with this again, bro. We're doing this again, bro. Like, come on. Can we not? Can we please not do this? Can we not? Just heard Done 3 may drop tomorrow. Yeah, I did see that. That's what I'm saying, right? I'm like, can we start it off with something different?
Seth Rollins.
Let me make this perfectly clear.
Uh-oh.
I created the vision, and I will be the one to kill the vision.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't care if you're on the shelf like Breaker and Reed. I don't care if you're a little peon hanger-on like Austin Theory.
Oh, I don't call him a peon. He called him Austin Theory a peon, bro.
Stand next to Paul Heyman, consider yourself marked for death.
This man called Austin Theory a peon, bro.
I had the satisfaction of putting a steel chair in Paul Heyman's back. I had the satisfaction of stomping Paul Heyman's fat head right here on this mat.
Look at Paul. You know Braun Breaker's probably not too far behind, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in one of those costumes. I'm not going to even cap. Paul Heyman looked like he hadn't seen a ghost.
Look what the cat dragged in. You know, Paul, you think you're smarter than me, don't you?
Dude, they're dying. No filter. Yo, what's good, young blood? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling tonight, chat? How y'all feeling?
I don't have to say it. They'll say it for me, Paul.
Yo, appreciate it. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow.
Come on, Paul. Can't you move a little faster than that?
Hey, appreciate the follow.
Paul, I see you got a microphone in your hand there.
Paul, look at Paul. He's.
It was worth it.
I don't know if he's just distraught or he's hurt or he's pissed.
I hope it was worth it for you, Paul. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. Letting you in my inner circle was the worst one I've ever made. And I will pay you back for your betrayal every single day until you are gone from this business. I will cut you out like the cancer you are.
Ooh.
I wasn't.
They not even let him speak, man. That's how you know it's crazy.
Going to come out here, but I wouldn't miss this for the world. Did I interrupt your precious little hateful promo? It's because I'm effing with you. Because you effed with me, I'm gonna F with you because everybody knows what the rule is. F-A-F-O! F-A-F-O! F-A-F!
5. Oh boy. Okay, yep. It's about to be Seth. It's about to be Seth and Brock at Mania. Seth and Brock is going to be at Mania, bro. It's going to be Seth and Brock at Mania. Yo, oh nah, bro. For a split second, I'm thinking, why can't it be over Femi? Why can't this be over Femi, man? I mean, we know how this story goes with Brock and Seth, bro. Seth has beaten Brock many times. This ain't gonna be no different, I don't think.
Long-time Heyman ally, the beast incarnate.
Seth is not phased. You know Seth is not phased by Brock at all. He's not. He's not.
Seth's gonna need more than a shield. He's gonna need a damn Hulk Buster. We wondered last week how Lesnar would feel about Seth's actions toward Brock's.
This is gonna get real serious, chat. That's what I'm saying, Oracle fans. This should have been Brock and over. So I'm guessing like they're gonna probably put him in an IC title match or something. Cause I did hear that they're gonna do like a multi-man. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, Braun Breaker should be here.
There could be hell to pay for Rollins tonight.
This is what I'm saying, Oracle fan. What is going on right now?
It is so scary when this man takes his time.
I know Dub is pissed.
Lesnar licking his chops, surveying the scene. Oh, look out! Go! Just wiping people out.
And he just.
That didn't go well. Good God! Bodies being
And he just
everywhere.
beating everybody. He's just. Nah, bro. Nah, fam. These people. And he scared them. Oh my God, bro. This is crazy.
Oh my God!
Oh!
Break his back on the stairs. Suplex into the
Bruh.
barricade. Lesnar out of control.
This man is a madman on a mission. He just took down all of those.
Corey, Seth Rollins least at your own risk.
This is crazy, bro.
Brock Lesnar is wiping out a dozen men.
And Seth is just standing there.
Work this time around.
Seth is just standing there, bro.
Suplex City.
Wait, what are the lights? Oh, yes, go. Come on. Okay, they got me. They had me for a minute. They just had me for a minute, chat. They just had me for a minute. Y'all had me for a minute, WWE. Y'all had me for a minute. This is what we want. This is what we all pay to see.
Corey, it seems
Oh, yes.
today of all days. But oh, hell yeah. Oh, the Femi is here.
Let's go. Come on, chat. Y'all know. Hey, they had me for a minute, chat. They had me for a minute. Oh, he said, I don't care who you are. Oh, yes. Come on. Let's go. Yes, go. This is what I love to see. This is what I love seeing. Over. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on, Brock. It's time to meet your maker. Whoo! Yes, let's go. Oh! Put that man down. Put him down. Let's go.
The ruler just put down the beast.
Let's go. That man put that man out the pasture. Put him out. Oh, let's go. Oh, yes. Point at the sign. You have a date with the ruler, Brock Lesnar. You got a date with the ruler. Dub sent over. Now, this would have been crazy if this was in Houston. OMG, fall from grace. That's facts. Okay, man. Okay. This is what I love to see, chat. This is what I love to see.
When someone walked down to the ring, looked Brock in the eye, picked up 300 pounds, and slammed him to the mat. The beast incarnate was just manhandled.
How y'all feel about that opening segment, Leo? Who would win at Mania? Ross and Ryback versus? Nah, I can't even say that one. I ain't gonna even do that one. I'm not, man, because you know, Alex, you sent me up a failure on that one, bro. You gonna send me up a failure on that one. I can't even answer that one. Money match. This is a facts, Youngblood. This is what I call a money match. And I'm telling y'all now, this is going to be a really good match come WrestleMania. hopefully they make the right decision. I'm hoping they make the right decision at WrestleMania by having Oba win. That's what they need to do. Have Oba win at WrestleMania. There's no reason he should not be winning. At all. None. Do you think that Raquel is going to win or lose? It's a possibility she could lose because I do think in the render they do have Liv in the render. So I do believe she will be ringside for this match. Bruh, but that was a really good opening, chat. Okay, I know I usually ask you guys like towards the end of the shows to give you your ratings, but for this overall opening of the segment, right, of pretty much Seth coming out there, calling out the Vision, Paul Heyman coming out there, bringing out Brock. It looks like we're going to be doing Brock and Seth, but then Obafemi comes out. Then we have Obafemi laying out Brock Lesnar, pointing at the sign, confirming this will be a match for WrestleMania. Let me know how y'all feel about this overall opening segment of Raw. Where would you guys rate this? Put Brock and Oba in Hell in a Cell. Maybe in 2K, but I don't think they would do this in IRL. What's up, Leo? How's your day going, my friend? My day is going great, man. My day is going great. My day is going great. I agree with you on Liv being betrayed by the group. Here by turning face, she stood in the corner. Yeah, because I'm just looking at it from a character perspective and how she's been portrayed up until this point where she has been known to do things like this. And when she's in a position like this where she is not, where she can turn on somebody or just do anything, she seems like to be the type of person that wouldn't hesitate to do it. So it did come off a little bit of hesitant, but I mean, maybe that's how they want to set it up. But I do think it could lead to her turning babyface. I feel like the crowd's behind her right now. Since she's came back, the crowd's been behind her. And I think why not continue doing this? Great opening segment. Facts. But overall, I thought this was a good segment. This is a segment that I can get behind. And it really did what it needed to do. For a split second, I thought they were going to go Seth and Brock, which I would have preferred even over LA Knight, because I just don't prefer seeing LA Knight in that position because we know he's not going to win.
Well, the question is, will original El Grande Americano get some retribution tonight? Because coming up next, the OG against El Grande Americano, live on Raw on Netflix.
But that's what I'm going to say about that, chat. Like, literally, knowing for a simple fact, they would have to have him win at Mania. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He needs to win at Mania. He needs to. Oba has to win at WrestleMania. There's no shying away from it. Also, Leah, why would they have Stephanie lose weeks before Mania when it's just Raquel? Also, Liv hesitated to do anything to Finn, which now Liv and Finn's been together. Exactly. That's why I'm thinking it could lead to either her, because I feel like there's ways you can lead to her turning face, and I've mentioned it before, because what if for a opportunity, what if, like, if we're paying attention to like storylines and everything that's been happening in recent weeks, we know that those two go back to 2022 before when the Judgment Day first even took form. So there, it's a long, and we know Triple H is known for loving to do this long-term storytelling. We've been telling this, teasing between Finn and Liv for about 4 years now. So you can honestly pull the trigger, and to me, it would make sense. But I think for the vast majority, people would be kind of questioning, like, why would she do that? Arachne, I know you're happy about this one. Brock, Oba, take my money. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Sign me up. I'm happy. All they got to do is make the right decision come WrestleMania and have Brock lose. Oba has to win this. Oh, but should retire Brock? I mean, I feel like Brock is going to retire at SummerSlam because it's going to be in Minneapolis. So if it's in Minneapolis, I could see him retiring to Gunther. Because that's another match that people want to see is Gunther and Brock. Now, another match that I don't think people really are talking about right now is to do Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar. I would love to see them do that match, but will they do it? I don't know. We know he's going to be coming back very, very soon. So if that is the case, why not go out and have him win? And, do other matches like that. Have Braun Breaker come back and beat him as well. I think that's another thing I can get behind. You guys can let me know how y'all feel about that. You are right, because it was Finn, Liv, and AJ against the group because they were in the car together in Hotel. Yeah, I was making a lot of good time. People forgot about it, honestly. Like, I granted, my memory's not always the best, but it seems like when it comes to wrestling, I can remember a lot of things more than I honestly should. But this was a good segment for me. I will give it the thumbs up. Now we have to see how the rest of the shows is going to play out. But after seeing that, I do think Braun Breaker will be back in time to face Seth, and then I feel like we're going to get the vision of Logan and Austin to go up against the Usos for the tag team titles. But like we've been saying for a while, it does leave LA Knight being the odd man out once again, similar to like how he was at Survivor Series, where it looked like he was going to be in the War Games match, but they ended up replacing him with Jimmy Uso, and I wasn't really a fan of it. That was a setup, it was so well. Yeah, I feel like the way they set that up was well executed, in my personal opinion. I do think the way they went about it was really cool. Really, really cool. Yo, is Green Shirt Guy, and I feel like I saw Green Shirt Guy, but I don't think that's the same one. It looks like a different version of Green Shirt Guy, if you ask me. It looked like the different version of Green Shirt Guy. Who gives? Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Ronda showing up in AEW. I was honestly shocked, but then it's just like, why? I mean, I get it. I mean, it probably gonna get a pop, and people are gonna talk about it. So, if that's what they want to go for, then fine. Leah, do you see Liv and Rhea having a warm up match against each other? I think the way we get to see Liv and Rhea in any type of way, being in the same ring, working side by side, you would have to do something to like lead up to War Games, because if you know, like a lot of times in War Games, they usually put two people in the War Games match that don't necessarily get along the best. So I could see that happening this year for the women and having Liv and Rhea on the same team. And plus, you also got to think she's going to be a huge babyface, especially now we know that her movie is going to be coming out, I believe, in September. So that's like right around Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. So you know that's going to be a big deal. If she's not champion by Mania, I can rest assured she's going to be champion by around that time. If she doesn't win the title at Mania, she's going to hold it around that time. Because WWE loves to do that tactic. A lot of times if somebody has a movie, book, or anything big coming out, or even a podcast, you know they're going to want to promote it in the biggest way possible. Sometimes we see these wrestlers get these pushes, being in big title feuds, winning these world titles, holding it, because it's going to also up the prestige of the title, but also up the prestige of the company, because that's what WWE loves to do. It wasn't a good signing for me personally, Alex. I just didn't care. I didn't really care to see Ronda on my screen at all. I'm going to be real. I didn't care then. I didn't care now. I stopped caring when she came back to WWE in the second run and just seeing how she was doing a lot of things. Becky is going to interfere in AJ versus Bailey's match. Liv could play Poison Ivy or Catwoman. Wait, are we talking about for the movie? I'm glad she did not return. WWE, AEW can have her. Not WWE can have AEW can have her. You pretty much just treated her like the side piece, like just hey, you could just have my leftovers. That's pretty much what that was. That's pretty much what that screamed to me. You can have the leftovers. We don't care. Wait, they didn't. That's crazy. That's crazy. I thought they. Okay. Finally, I'm just like, what's going on here? Of course, it's literally we're only 20 minutes in. We already had like 2-3 commercials at this point. It's oh my gosh, the commercials on here is just boy. See, it's 316 days, so I'm happy that they actually did something right. Baddest botcher on the planet. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you have that one. Who was getting cursed by Danhausen? I honestly don't even know. And I was gonna say, Alex, I was looking for the soundbite, but they didn't even have the soundbite for it. So it's like, cause usually with a lot of the soundbites that I have, like on for my stream deck, I usually just download or whatever, cause like they have a plethora of options to choose from. But they didn't have any for Danhausen, which is shocking enough to me. Very, very shocking. But they had me, chat. I'm gonna keep saying they had me. WWE had me for a minute. They had me for this one, chat. But since we got that question up there, Alex, okay, so I'm gonna throw that question to you guys. Who do you guys think will be getting cursed by Danhausen tonight? Who is getting confronted? I did see it was like a digital exclusive, I think, or something like that. But Danhausen pretty much confronted the Bella Twins. Did he curse them? It didn't look like it, but maybe he does. Maybe he just does very well does that. Must be doing all the commercials early, so Punk and Roman. Yeah. That might be it. That might be why. They probably want to have make sure they get a lot of the time. They're probably going to want to make sure that Roman and Punk do get some time to talk and get what they need to say and get their points across. That's what it may happen, chat. That's what may very well happen, chat. No clue, Leo. I really don't know. Leo and all his subscribers competing in a battle royal. Oh my gosh. Not compete us in a battle royal. I feel bad for LA Knight though, because I feel like he's just gonna get the short end of the stick again, and he's not gonna be doing anything of substance come Mania, because it's like he just tends to be on the. It just happens, man. Like when people thought he was gonna be doing something of substance at WrestleMania 39 when he was in LA, they had him in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. WrestleMania 40, he was in a match with AJ, which was not a bad match, mind you. Was not a bad match. Then think about last year, U.S. Championship against none other than Jacob Fatu. So it's like the chance of him making the card are pretty much very, very slim. But I'm really hoping that they do allow him to, be in the mix and doing something. Like, seriously, he needs to do something. I think Finn is going to have a Planet Night Facts. He's gonna something's gonna happen. I do know JD. I think we'll probably get like some type of segment with the Judgment Day tonight. I don't know if that's gonna be backstage or in the ring. I feel like more likely Khan to be in ring, and then Finn will probably interfere. So, Leo, do you think anyone's going to help Dom if Finn is the demon? There is no help. If Finn's the demon, it's GG's. It's GG's. It is GG's if you are Finn Balor and company. Just calling it right now. It could be anybody, but I'm wondering if we're going to get help. I'm wondering if we're going to get help throughout this. Let me upload this one and then the other one. Leo, you going to NXT tomorrow in Houston? I wish. I wish. I mean, mind you, I do know some of my friends. They were going, and like they one of them just bought tickets for everybody. I was going to, but I didn't know until like the last minute. I didn't know until like the last minute. Seriously, I'm being so completely honest. I didn't even know they were gonna be going to Houston until like the last minute. I agree with you, Alex. Dom and JD are trash. They're done. Dom and Alex says Dom and JD should be at work at the dump. Both there. Hey, Dom is in trouble. I'm telling you right now, it's either gonna happen at Mania or Raw after Mania. Liv is gonna end up aligning with Finn at some point. It's gonna happen, and I wish AJ was still around to continue to keep competing. If he didn't retire to like October, this would have been an opportunity time to like do that full circle moment with AJ, Finn, and Liv. Back and boom. Okay. And I gotta edit these as time goes on. Raquel, the only member, because here's the thing, and people seem to and you guys can chime in. I want to get y'all thoughts and opinions. Alex, Caleb, Oracle fan, if y'all still in here, anybody, Youngblood, Katie, anybody that's in here right now, I want to get y'all opinions on this. And people have been going crazy at me for this. I've been saying the reason why I think Liv is more inclined to be face is if you're looking at the current landscape of the women's division. And when you look at, powerhouses like Raquel, like not Raquel, but Rhea and Bianca, when Bianca comes back, she's going to be one of the top faces in WWE, period, point blank. Rhea Ripley, she's one of the most over in the company, male or female. So if you have two powerhouses that are strong as them in the eyes of the fans, you want one powerhouse to be a heel, right? And I feel like for Raquel, she just fits that mold of just being this dominant force that just takes nothing from nobody. You know what I mean? So I feel like Liv, even as a heel, she feels still to me as the underdog fighting from underneath. Because like when you look at her matches, right? She's very good in the ring, but it seems like at times she's still trying to find opportunities to overcome, right? So you guys can let me know. Do you guys think Raquel is more of a face or she's more of a heel? I feel like she's more fitting to be the heel role and Liv's more fit to be the babyface. Oh boy. Roman Reigns has arrived on Monday Night Raw. Uh-oh.
I know it felt good.
You deserved it, Oos. Straight up.
You're damn right. Hey, you did the right thing. At the end of the day, if you run your mouth, there's got to be consequences. As a matter of fact, To all my family,
Uh-oh.
all the bloodline, cousins, you should be offended at what CM Punk said about my father, your uncle. But here's the thing. You got before, and you have after WrestleMania. But on that weekend, CM Punk is mine.
Come on.
Yeet! Don't touch him.
We still gotta holler at you though, Big Goose.
Sir, yeet.
So I'm guessing the bloodline's back.
The OTC is here.
Raquel's more of a heel, while Rhea Bianca more babyface is facts. Leo, do you see Raquel pushing Liv down to the ground after her match, as in have Liv try to help Raquel, but Stephanie wins, then Raquel attacks Liv or pushes Liv down and have Liv get cheered? Maybe you can have a first segment or first like tease towards that, right? Maybe she does push her out of anger or something like that, right? I could see that. I could see them doing that. Because if you think about it, right, and I don't know if you guys like this or not, this idea, and I know I pretty much talked about it in a recent video that I did, but like if they do like a Civil War, if you will, for the Judgment Day, like they did with the Bloodline a couple years ago, right? What if they were to do that, and on one side you do have Rhea, you have Liv, you have Finn, and you have Damian. All four of those people have a lot of history and bad blood, no pun intended, with each other. And then on the other side, you can have Raquel, you can have Roxanne, you can have JD, and you can have Dom. Liv helping Leo fight off the demon, Finn. Agree with you, Raquel being a heel, facts. I can see Liv helping Finn go back to making, oh my gosh, not go back to making the crappy movies. Not him going back to making crappy movies. You got to go back to crappy movies. It's crazy. People thought he was an Aquaman for a split second. I ain't gonna lie to you. People thought for a while he was an Aquaman for whatever reason. I don't know. CM Punk is better. Yeah, I'm CM Punk all day, every day. Like, let's be real about that. I like CM Punk. CM Punk, I think, brought a lot of people back to wrestling, right? I think in certain regards, people would say Roman and Punk were the two guys that brought a lot of people back to wrestling. The reason I say that, because if you think with the pipe bomb in 2011, brought a lot of people back to the product, brought back people to WWE, got people new feelings for the product and WWE. It gave people feelings that people have not felt in quite some time when it came to pro wrestling at that time period. And then people will also say the same thing for Roman when you think of the Bloodline storyline and how that whole thing came out, especially during the pandemic, and then 2021 and 2022. You start to see that new renaissance and everything like that, and people start to really start tuning in a lot more during those time periods. So I think people could agree that those two guys have definitely sparked a lot of people's interest to come back. Roman, all your movies are on Tubi. I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to go on Tubi later to see if there's anything on there that has Roman Reigns in it. Danhausen cursed Roman. LOL. I don't think they would let Danhausen in that stratosphere. They won't let him in that stratosphere, chat. Uh-oh. It's about to get real, chat. It's about to get real, chat.
Give me the bell hammer. Dominic asked JD to get the hammer.
Hey, go. He said he wants to go by himself.
Penta taking out Judgment Day. Penta wins his first title in WWE.
Finn Balor, I hope you're here to tell me that you got me a rematch.
Look, you're right. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be Intercontinental Champion. So for that, I'm sorry. But you see, Dom, I was trying to help. For 2 years, I've been trying to help you. I've been trying to guide you. But the more I try to lead you in the right direction, the more I realize that maybe your dad was right. Maybe you are just a spoiled little...
Finn snapped. Oh, and intercepted by J.D. McDonough.
J.D. McCaffey.
He's got that hammer. Oh, and right off the face. The Judgment Day has completely turned their back on Finn Balor.
Finn Balor, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This has been my plan since the day I joined Judgment Day. You thought you were in control? You thought you were in charge? You were on borrowed time and you didn't even know it. I only put up with you out of respect for your relationship with Dominic. But we've seen you. I've watched you. I know when you're lying. I know when you're scheming. I know when you think you're being manipulative. And I can't lie, it's been a pleasure watching you fall from grace. You couldn't hang with the Judgment Day anymore. You got soft. You're pathetic. You're a loser. You are washed up, and it made me sick calling you my family every single week. So what did we do? We took a play right out of your playbook, because if there's one thing you did do, you taught us well. After all, it is the Judgment Day way. But now we are on to bigger and better things. JD? You know JD. He's finally free from you holding him down, and he's going to soar without you. And Daddy Dom is still AAA Mega Champion, and he will be getting his Intercontinental Championship back. And now that the prince is gone, there's a new king on the throne. Raquel Rodriguez is a future champion, and tonight she's going to take care of my WrestleMania opponent, Stephanie McCurry. And at WrestleMania, I will be the new Women's World Champion. Because that family that Stephanie says I hide behind, they have my back. And without Finn, we are better than ever. Watch us.
As Liv mentioned, we get set for Raquel Rodriguez and World Champion.
So I was thinking they were gonna do like in-ring, but I guess not. I guess they're gonna probably save the in-ring for a different date, maybe. I did catch little clips of the match between Vikingo and Dom, which was a good match. I will say that. I couldn't watch the match. I kind of was able to watch on my phone actually, so that's the only way I was actually able to watch anything that was happening through that. Yeah, Jan Liv got to something. Oh, come on, Alex. No, come on. I would have thought for a split second they were going to have them all in the ring, though. So we got Penta doing like, so is are they doing this with both the mid card titles? It seems like, because they're doing it with Carmella over on Raw, and now not Raw, SmackDown.
I'm telling you,
man.
I can try to explain it.
There is a time and a place for all that. Man, I punched him in the mouth last week. I'll do it again for talking all that mess. He says he got stuff on you, but he ain't got nothing. Everything he throwing is not landing. Only thing that he's saying is you a part-time this, and you be part-time in that.
You know how often I saw my dad when I was a kid? As a matter of fact, you guys get it. How much was your dad on the road when we were younger?
A lot.
Exactly. We paid our dues. My children, it's gonna be different. The whole world can call me a part-timer. I don't care. As long as my wife and children understand that I'm a full-time father. That's my legacy right there. That's the biggest flex any superstar could ever say.
Hey, man, that's the truth right there.
Yeah. You know who don't know the truth? CM Punk, Oos. That fool still owe us an apology, dog.
True, Oos. True. I mean, I know he do owe it to us. I feel you.
What he doing?
I'm on your team.
At the end of the day, I don't need an apology from him. But y'all do. I'm gonna go get it for the family. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? CM Punk beat me up.
Roman and his laugh, bro.
Roman will be out here live in just a bit.
Wow, we're getting the IC title match being defended already? I thought we were going to do this later on. I thought for sure this would be later on in the show. I thought this would have been later on in the show, guys. Let's see. How long do y'all think we see Finn? That's my question to y'all, chat. How long until we see Finn? Do y'all think they're gonna wait at least like a couple weeks and then bring him back? He's standing on business. CM Punk not scared. Facts. You know CM Punk ain't ducking the fade with Roman. Roman know what's good. He know what's good. I do, with me having my Rise series, I do want to get y'all opinions. How would y'all feel if after I finish like doing the Rise for both the male and female, how would y'all feel if I did like a universe mode series? How would y'all honestly feel if I was to do universe mode as a series? Where I can kind of be a little bit more creative if I'm able to. Roman is going to have the Usos try to help at Mania. They could have Seth Austin. But I've been hearing rumors, what if the Usos turned on him? Like, we've seen proper turns from people, right? We've seen Seth turn, right? We've seen all these turns, but what if the Usos legit turn on Roman now that he's kind of like being a face? Where it's like, there's been moments, you know, still where he's like letting his guard down and stuff. How do y'all feel about that? Why is Liv cutting a promo on Finn, not Stephanie? That's my only thing with that. That's my only problem. Because it's like, well, maybe they'll do something later because we do know Stephanie has a match. Stephanie has a match with Raquel, so I don't know if that's probably why they didn't do it. And here's the thing. Here's something else I just noticed. maybe Roxanne's the one that turned face next. Because if you looked at that whole promo, Roxanne wasn't mentioned. She was not mentioned in that promo when Liv was cutting on Finn. So maybe Roxanne's the one that's turning face. Because she was the one that got brought in by Finn. So maybe that's the route they're going to go, and maybe Roxanne's the one that helps. But I just feel like knowing how good of a character Roxanne is, she's much better as a heel than babyface. Same thing goes for JD. He's better off as a heel. Dominic off as better way off as a heel. Raquel, same thing. CM Punk once again is going to completely roast. Yeah, he's roasting that man at 450 degrees. That man's gonna get lit up like a Christmas tree. Roxanne's literally dealing with the. No, I know right now, but I'm saying like when she comes back though. I don't know the severity of like the recovery. I know she has gotten it taken care of, like surgery if that's ever need be, but like I don't know where she is in her recovery as far as like when she could return, because I looked into the injury and like what the timetable could be. I did see if it's like anything requiring maybe like light lifting, it's gonna be 4 to 6 weeks. But if it's anything like heavy lifting, it could be 3 to 6 months. So if it's 3 to 6 months and she got it taken care of, what, in February, March, April, May, so probably like Backlash time or somewhere in the summer. And we're gonna dream match with these two right now when it comes to the Intercontinental Championship, or just a match between Bayley and AJ Lee in general. This goes back to like 2013, I believe. I think this goes back to 2013. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen, because they could have Roxanne be the one to help. Leo, if you think about it, let me see what your question. Let me try to get it read. Raquel and Roxanne, known for leaving their partners high and dry. You got a point there. I mean, Roxanne did it. She's literally out for a year. I hope that's not the case. I'm really hoping that's not the case. So she's out for a year. So Roxanne, Raquel, and Dom going to betray Liv at Mania. No, I'm not saying it has to do with her brain. Ooh, okay. So yeah, they might want to take that very lightly then. If it has anything to do with the brain or anything like that, yeah, they have to tread lightly with that. They have to tread lightly. They're going to have to tread lightly, because you do not want to do anything that's going to put yourself in danger in that way. So, which ones do I have? Okay, let me do this one. Yeah, so if it has to do with the brand, then yeah, you might have a point on that. It might be at least till the end of the year, going into next year. Because you gotta tread lightly with that. You can't be playing around and you have that type of injury. I wonder if Lyra's getting involved here. Who y'all got winning for this match, chat? I would be very shocked if they had Bayley win. Because I know people have been making the claim maybe she could win. If it happens, I won't be mad. But for whatever reason, in the back of my head, it's just telling me we're going to get some shenanigans. So Liv is winning. So Liv was winning, changing her babyface because of her. Yeah, her movie. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Because I'm also thinking it from a perspective like this. If we want to be honest, now, a regular fan, you might be onto something about her coming back, later in the year. What if she was return like around in the summer and she won Money in the Bank and cashed in on Liv? Why not? You can do Liv and Raquel for the world title going into the spring. In the summer, you could do her and none other than Raquel and Roxanne winning Money in the Bank. Because I think that's a match that I need to see. Liv and Roxanne, I think, could be a really good match. The bone healing after brain tumor is 6 to 12 months. Oof. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, you got a point. Because I did see, I think that was the last pay-per-view or PLE that those two were at before Roxanne got called up. Because I know Roxanne was making some appearances, but I think this is when she finally got that call up. And then I believe that next PLE, that's when, right after that, they end up releasing Cora. Because it was around that time, I think, right? It had to be around that time period. Let me see. I could have sworn I had that clip ready to go for this. Alright. We can't milk the storyline for another. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can't milk the storyline. I don't think we can. That's why I'm saying just have Liv go babyface, and then you could just do something else. Cause I feel like the bond between Roxanne and Raquel is a little bit more deeper than Liv and Raquel, in my personal opinion. These Netflix commercials timing, yeah, it does. I don't like the thing. Oracle fan, I'm gonna let y'all know. So my thing is this: I don't like the commercials with Netflix either. But I feel like it's a nah. I won't say that because it's still gonna sound crazy. I was gonna say like it's better than ESPN, but ESPN is just known for having glitches. Like I know when I watch shows like on Netflix, I don't get that many glitches like that, or any for that matter. Kiana James should win Money in the Bank. That's a good shout. If she wins it, I'm not gonna be mad. Y'all know, like, if you guys watch my recent draft video that I did with Black Couch Booking, I pretty much said that for me, I end up picking up Kiana James. I know, Iraq, but I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about something else. I was talking about the injury thing. Which we all know Judgment Day will screw. Yeah, we know they can't help themselves a lot of the times. You know they can't. They just can't. Okay, let me go back then. For whatever reason, it's...
And Bailey went for the belly to belly again. AJ Lee's clearly done her homework, been able to counter that same maneuver several times. Now the champion from the second buckle. And now Bailey. Oh, belly to belly. Is it going to be your opportunity to win the gold? Lee kicks it too. Now this is where frustration.
I agree with you on Liv being unhinged. Yeah. She doesn't have to be a heel or baby face. She could just be her being unhinged, and I think people would buy into it.
Figure out a way to keep her foot on the gas pedal. Continue the onslaught on the champion. What an incredible match between a very physical Bailey and the champion, AJ Lee, who is sparked tonight. AJ showing great tenacity in this matchup, withstanding the punishment. Friendships thrown out the window now as both these women fighting for an opportunity to get to WrestleMania, and that's what it's all about, the biggest time of the year. The road to WrestleMania, fight first, friendship later. AJ and Bailey exchanging blows. Shining Wizard.
I don't know about Bailey joining Judgment Day.
Bailey stunned.
I've been hearing... I've been hearing about Ethan Page potentially.
And Bailey able to counter.
I've been hearing people say about Ethan Page joining Judgment Day.
Bailey placing the champion into a more favorable position. Gonna make the climb to the top. Probably looking for the elbow. From high above the Frost Bank Center, Bailey delivers the elbow. Nobody home. And off that mistake, AJ Lee.
Uh-oh. Is she about to retain?
Black Widow, the way she won the championship. Bailey trying to hang on. Bailey trying to hang on. AJ cinching it in.
Oh. And AJ retains. I'd rather have Lyra be in the Judgment Day over Bailey. I mean, I do think Lyra, if she's a heel, it would work, yeah. I think that would work, yeah.
As we head toward Las Vegas, conversely, this could be catastrophic for Bailey. Yeah, we take a look at what happened here. AJ Lee went for the Black Widow, but Bailey reversed it into a side slam. But here's the critical moment. Bailey took a high risk, and it did not pay off. Missing the flying elbow, opening the door for AJ to once again. What about Bailey's confidence? Dejected, obviously, as once again, she may not be going to WrestleMania. Bailey's coming apart at the seams.
One more time. Why? What don't you understand? Fair. He gets hurt and you give away his IC title match?
Give away. JD, Dom is not medically cleared. Period. It's
fine,
that simple. Did you... Thank you. You're welcome.
That is a Judgment Day opportunity.
Penta defends the inner.
I wonder who he's going to be against, though.
Find out next.
But who do y'all? Okay, my thing is this: I don't know if we're gonna be in a position to where we need more members right now. They could, if they add anybody else, I can see it being Stephanie potentially. I could see it being Stephanie. I know I'm not talking about Stephanie Band. I'm talking about Stephanie Vicaire. Yo, were you getting a babyface or heel vibes from Liv? Right now, I'm getting tweener. Right now, tweener, but it's a little bit more towards the heel side at the moment. But I think last week was definitely babyface. Definitely babyface. That's why I said it's tweener. Because like last week seemed more of as a babyface. This week, heel. They're gonna have Blake Monroe join Judgment Day. They could do that if they wanted to, but I think that's like in the near future, like the future. I don't see that being anytime soon though. I don't even know if Blake Monroe would fit in a faction like Judgment Day. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel about that. Do y'all think she would fit in the faction as Judgment Day? Y'all think she would fit there? To me, it really just depends on how they book it. But right now, I'm just gonna say no. But my opinions can change like over time. So just because I say no in this moment does not mean like months down the line I might have the same opinion, because my opinions can change by then. As in Blake Monroe has an evil side. It would take time though. Oh, brother, she's back.
And Becky Lynch obviously has had enough. It's been 6 long months of Becky Lynch being embarrassed and humiliated and tapped out by AJ Lee. And finally, Becky snapped.
Enough is enough. The man has come for the Intercontinental Champion tonight in San Antonio.
Wiping the smile off the face of AJ Lee. Just a vicious assault by
She's
Lynch.
being very vicious right now.
Lynch is absolutely unhinged. An all-out assault being launched on the Intercontinental Champion by the former champion, Big Time Bex. Lynch is out here to make a statement.
And a statement she is making. Becky beating the hell out of AJ Lee. And again, it's been embarrassment for Becky for months. She's tried to blame everybody.
She's like a woman on a mission right now.
But AJ's had her number. And tonight, Becky Lynch has lost it. And finally, some officials out here to pull Becky away from a beaten up AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, who holds that championship so dear. Claims she put the title on the map. And now going to use it as a weapon off the face of AJ.
We're gonna street fight with these two. I'm calling it now, chat. It's gonna be a street fight. You know, you just can't. They can't help themselves. They're gonna do some type of street fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, a delusional a bitter ex-champion Becky Lynch who cannot stand the fact that AJ Lee is better than her, that AJ Lee has her number, that AJ Lee is the Intercontinental Champion.
That AJ Lee has people like you spouting nonsense like that. There's nothing delusional about Becky Lynch. Becky wants what's rightfully hers, the Intercontinental Championship, and she can't wait to rip it from the hands of the woman who took it from her.
Okay, so
where's Finn Balor's promo? I don't even know. I don't even know if we're gonna get one this week, honestly. I thought we were gonna get one, but I guess not. Oh, they're gonna do a rerun from that, from the Randy Orton and Cody segment that's closed the show for the contract signing. I always get the wrong one. How y'all feel about that segment on oh, Alex, if that happens, you know Cody's got to turn it up the heat now. It's your G's. If he does that, Cody, I'm sorry, Cody, you better be ready to put belt to tail. There's no talking. There's no let's have a debate. There's no handshakes. None of that. It's belt to tail when I see you. If Cody, I'm telling you, if he allows Cody to kiss his wife, oh nah, nope. Lee, how do you feel about? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I feel like it fits him. It's just at first I'm like, I wasn't too keen on it because I feel like where he's at in his career, I just feel like the fans just really want to cheer for Cody. Not Cody, but Randy, sorry. They just want to cheer Randy. I feel like I feel like even with John Cena, yeah, they turned him heel, but I feel like we're at a point in their careers where we're so happy to see them around and doing things. This is where Randy thrives, though. When he's in these heel scenarios, this is where he thrives at his best. And anybody who's been known him for this long knows this is where he's at his best.
Predator is back. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title at WrestleMania. And coming up in just a few minutes here on Monday Night Raw, I'll have an exclusive interview with Randy Orton live tonight. And tonight, Monday Night
Randy
Raw
Kids
from
and
San
Stephanie is
Antonio,
actually,
live on Netflix.
yeah, that's one of the most viewed clips. I'm not even surprised that's one of the most viewed clips.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the...
I do think Sheamus is gonna come back at some point, bro. I remember that one Halloween episode of SmackDown with Stephanie. I remember that, Alex. It's crazy because like a lot of times I remember that because like sometimes I'll get like refreshers when I go through social media and I'll see it.
Goosebump inducing.
Today is JD McDonald's birthday. Maybe he gets an IC title opportunity. You know they like to do that.
Last week, I told the world that I want to be a fighting champion.
Whenever we get Dominic in a rematch, that's probably when Finn shows up.
Adam Pearce, pick anyone, no matter, because Penta always is ready. Y como se los dije, este campeonato es de toda mi gente. ¿Qué mejor lugar para exponer mi campeonato que San Antonio, Texas?
Hey, the crowd's definitely up for Penta. They love him some Penta.
Listen, be ready. ¿Y saben por qué? Porque yo soy Penta, el cero.
Miedo. Who is it? Oh, Dragon Lee? I'm not a fan of this one. I mean, the match is gonna be decent, but like, I'm not really.
Dragon Lee gonna take the challenge. Two of the best luchadors in the entire world about to collide for Penta's Intercontinental Championship.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real. I'm not. I mean, the match is gonna be okay, gonna be solid. Like, we know we're gonna get that, but come on now. If Punk gets 3v1 tonight, I think he has MFT on his side. Is that a possibility though? I don't think he's gonna get 3v1. Well, it's possible, because I feel like they're up to something. I feel like Roman, Jimmy, and Jay are up to something. I feel like they're up to some type of plan that may come into plan tonight. We might get to see like the Bloodline standoff. Maybe it seems like they're alluding to it. Yeah, it's a possibility. Roman Reigns 3v1. But then my thing is this: okay, do we have anybody have like does CM Punk really have anybody that would back him up in a scenario like such as this? Though that's my question. Do we have somebody that would be willing to step up in a scenario like this to help fight alongside CM Punk in a match like this? Because if we're going into this with a united front bloodline, it's going to be very, very hard for CM Punk to retain. Now, there's the same CM Punk who beat 3 members of the Shield in a 3v1 handicap match years and years ago. So he's capable of being in these scenarios and overcoming them. And where has Gunther been? Like I didn't he wasn't on Raw last week, I don't think, and he wasn't on this week's episode either. So what is going on? What is going on? Cause something's just not adding up there. Like do you guys know where he's been? Like seriously, where has he been? That's why Punk every beats down. Him recruiting MFT though, but MFT are in a storyline with the Wyatt Six right now though. So how would that even look? Because they're still in this feud with the Wyatt Six, so they would have to finish up that feud first before that can even be remotely a possibility. That's the only thing with that. Dragon Lee, I mean, here's the thing. Dragon Lee is not bad of a wrestler. It just if they do like a release, I could see him sticking around, but like it would have to be him being in like NXT or something. Cause him on the main roster, I mean, don't get it twisted. He can work with some of the best names, but it's just like I don't know. If they were doing like the TNA thing, not just for NXT but for the main roster and allow main roster people go to TNA, he can probably do some interesting stuff there. But as of right now, I'm just not really feeling it too much. I'm just not. I know he's capable of putting up and producing good matches, but like, and granted, we need some people there that we know just can't do much of anything but produce good matches because we've had that many times before. Like this isn't anything new, but like for him, I don't really know where he fits. Besides just being the person that can produce good matches, I don't see another spot for him on the shows. So what? So what is Bo Dallas, aka Mrs. Security, and 3 other jobbers? I mean, yeah. two possible endings at Mania. Seth caused Roman or MFT help Punk retain how it's ending at Mania. I'm leaning towards more the Seth route. But what about this, Oracle fan? And I've been hearing this being thrown out. What if the Usos helped none other than Punk retain? That's my question to you, Oracle fan. I want to get your thoughts on that. I'm leaning towards the Seth route, but I'm not saying this is gonna happen. But like if I'm being realistic, Seth makes no sense. But how do you feel about that as being a potential ending if that does happen? Because I've been seeing that thrown around where the Usos help CM Punk retain at Mania. Leo, is Finn coming after everyone or just Dom and JD? I feel like it's more like just Dom and JD. But I could see him trying to exact his revenge in some way, shape, or form. Because let's be honest. Liv is the only one that's been talking to Finn. Like, the only reason why I'm still leaning towards she's turning face is why has she been doing all the talking? Like, she's doing all the talking when it comes to her stuff. But when it comes to the Judgment Day specifically, why wasn't it Dominic talking about her turning on, about, you know what I mean? So why is Liv being the only one that's talking about turning on Finn? Why isn't it Dominic talking about him turning on Finn? Why isn't it JD in that spot? That's why I feel like it's leaning more towards, like, she's like the quote-unquote leader, quote-unquote, and she's going to turn. I think she's turning face. Seth actually does make sense, though. MFT and Seth make sense. The Seth one just makes more sense, though. Yeah, I agree, Rack fan, but how do you feel about the other scenario where the Usos potentially help retain? I don't know about Punk getting MFTs. Yes, I know new bloodline and old bloodline, we don't see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, they are still family, and so in the end, they would side Roman. Exactly. It would have to be a certain storyline and just the way they book it to make it make sense and tie it all in. But from a story perspective, then yeah. So who is the leader of the group, Liv or Dom? I think it's more likely Liv at this point. Because if it was, Dom would have been doing all the talking. It seems like since she's came in, she's been doing a lot of the talking. When she came back on that Raw after she came back at Survivor Series, she was front and center. But my question to you, Rex, what if it's the Usos that help CM Punk retain and they align, not really like joining like a faction or anything, but align with him for the moment itself?
Destroyer to put Lee away and retain the title. Kick by Lee. Stops Penta in his tracks. Uh-oh. Lee able to float over. Penta down. Dragon Lee now. Phenomenal counter. Looking for the Styles Clash. Paying homage to his tag team partner, the Hall of Famer, AJ Styles, and a kick out by Penta.
He really tried to do a Styles Clash. He really just did a Styles Clash right now.
See the frustration in the eyes of the challenger as we look once again at Dragon Lee paying homage to the 2026 Hall of Fame inductee, AJ Styles, but it's not enough to topple Penta. And 15,000 plus in San Antonio showing their love for this battle for the Intercontinental title. Dragon Lee looking for Operation Dragon perhaps, and Lee now pushed off to the second rope, caught this time by Penta. And now Penta looking for the Penta driver. There it is! Is it enough to put him away? And a kick out by Dragon Lee, kicking out of the Penta driver. Take another look.
It's all good, though. Roman can go get Rock. What if The Rock showed up? What if The Rock is the reason Roman doesn't win? Is it true Finn was I don't think Finn was holding JD back. To some people, it might be yes, but no. The Usos would be more like WrestleMania 41's Night 1 ending. That's how you do a twist. So you feel like if they would do that at Rock Band, it would have to be Night 1? You don't think they can make it work on Night 2?
Penta back to his feet. Dragon Lee now on the apron. Dragon Lee blocks a couple of times. Now some shots to the ribs.
Ooh.
Wow. Right between the eyes
of the champion. Oh, and a kick by Penta. Drops Dragon Lee to the apron. What a physical encounter.
This match good? Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. I'll give it that.
Oh, kick right to the floor. Oh, my. And right into the announce table. That hurt. Penta, not quite sure he knows where he is.
We better figure it out soon, because here comes the Dragon.
A corkscrew suicide dive.
Yo. Wait a minute. This man just did a whole corkscrew.
This could be Dragon Lee's moment.
And now Dragon Lee dumping Penta back into the ring. Trying to somehow get into a position.
Crowd make, yeah, I feel like the crowd can make or break it.
Dragon. He's going to do it. Cover. Penta kicks out.
A twist of Usos helping Punk is similar to Heyman helping Seth at Mania. If they want the ultimate twist, that's how they do it. That's what I'm saying, right? So I'm saying, like, do you think it would work if they were able to do this on a night 2? Like, this is the final thing you see at WrestleMania. So everything Liv was saying in that promo about Finn lying and everything, I feel like it's leading to her turning face, though, Caleb. Like, I'm saying, if this was really her staying a heel, then they would have just had JD or Dom be in that Liv spot. Out of nowhere. Yo, what's good, Steve? What's good, what's good, what's good? What's good, Steve? How's your Monday going? Leah, who do you see helping Liv against the Judgment Day, if not Rhea? I would say Leah, which would make more sense if Rhea doesn't. If I'm going to be personally, it has to be Rhea. Because I think if they're going to do like a Judgment Day storyline, it makes sense for it to be Rhea. Where they don't have to be friends, but they just work more like allies at convenience, right? They're not friends. They just doing it because they have to do it. It won't work. Not gonna lie. MFT helping Punk just works better than Usos. But I'm trying to see how that would work, though, Oracle fan. Like, I'm not saying they can't do that because in the world of professional wrestling, anything is on the table or should be on the table. But it's really how they go about doing it. And they would have to find a way to exit them from this whole Wyatt 6 storyline, if that's going to be the case. Because I feel like the way they're dragging this storyline along, they going to have Wyatt 6 and MFT at Mania and something. Or it might be like a Firefly Funhouse match. Because that's what it sounds like to me.
Wise man. Brock's gonna do what he needs to do to Oba. But as far as Seth Rollins goes, he's a dead man, sir. We'll handle that, sir.
No, that's the worst thing that you can possibly do. Don't you understand what Seth's game plan is here? It's divide and conquer. It's the art of distraction. Seth Rollins hit me with a shield chair shot. He stomped me into the mat. No ramifications. I'm a 60-year-old man. No ramifications, no repercussions, no formal charges, no suspension, nothing. You know why? Because we have no more leverage. We have no more power. We're out of position. We need titles. We need titles. We have to get you back into contention for the Usos Tag Team titles. If you take those titles, then I can put you in position for singles titles. Then we have the leverage, we have the power, but we have to get you back in position. I don't care if you fight them on the street. I don't care if you have to beat them in singles matches. I don't care if it's a non-title match. I don't care what it takes. The focus for the two of you is on the Usos.
The Usos. The tag titles. We're we're gonna apply it, Paul. Pressure. It's coming. Matter of fact, I'll go now. I'm going now.
That's my vision.
Austin Theory is one of the unhinged one in the group at this point.
Boys, man, you want us to get the tag team titles? Consider it done. As of now, the Usos are the ex-champions. And just because we love you so much, I love you too. We're gonna get LA Knight too.
God.
LA, what? So they gon' see they keep saying LA Knight, but then they have him here this week. Then he's gone the next. What are we doing?
Heyman's all upset.
Like, what are we doing? Solo would have an undercard match against Uncle Howdy and beat Uncle Howdy. That's how you end White 6 and MFT rivalry and get to Night 2 main event with MFT helping Punk. Night 2. Liv knew about Finn's plan this whole time and is working with Finn without the group knowing. Possibly. Because she did say, I've been knowing your plan this entire time. She knows about the tips and tricks, all that. Facts. Because they did say in 2022, we are going to destroy the Judgment Day. Brick by brick. And maybe them joining is part of the plan. Maybe her kicking them out, part of the plan. All for power. It's a power struggle at this point. It's a power struggle. Leo, will the Taste of Texas be your finisher in IRL? Taste of Texas or End of the Road? Those are like my two. Those are my two young blood. If you guys have been locked into the 2K vids, more 2K stuff is on the way. I know we just finished the My Rise as us being a heel, but now we're doing it as a baby face. But yeah, if I was a wrestler in real life, my two finishers would be Taste of Texas or End of the Road. Or one of them will be my signature though, because I would want both of them to be named after something. So I'm guessing we're going to get the Usos Vision tag titles, Mania, Vision win. Leo, do you think the AAA title? I don't know if they would. I feel like they're setting it up for maybe Rey Mysterio to take it in AAA, or maybe like Penta potentially. But if they really wanted to pivot and go with Finn Balor, fine. Or maybe he cost him the title at the very least. I don't know about him challenging for it. But him challenging for the title is something. But I think more likely with him having the gold, I could see him, costing him the belt. Yeah, I did tweener at first. Yeah. Because each one, there's different outcomes in how your story is going to play out. That's why it's very, very interesting for me to... And it's giving me some, replayability this year. Because, in previous years, you didn't have that replayability to where you want to go back or see what's going to happen here, what's going to happen there. But I think this time around, we're getting something to where there's something there. There's something. What is this match? Can somebody explain to me why we're getting this match right now? And I'm not even trying to troll or just be rude, but it's It had potential, but now I just don't care. It had potential, but now I just don't care. I'm going to make a Paul Heyman guy in my universe mode. Not Wolf. I don't even think he wants to be a Paul. He would even want to entertain the idea. I don't think he would even entertain the idea, to be honest. Does the group know that Liv is working with Finn? Probably not. You know Liv is one of those characters that she can get around. No, I'm not trying to say it in that way, but she's able to get around without being suspicious.
Maxine looking to try to break, and nice break by Maxine. And now looking for an ankle lock on Natty.
They killed the Natty character. Yeah, facts. Already, when they didn't, I don't get it. Why? Like, we're just sitting here and it's like, had so much potential to be like this monster almost. She could be on par with how Shayna Baszler was in NXT if they really would just allow her to just do her. Like, I'm being so serious. What does she do after Maxine? That's what I'm saying. Maybe, well, she did say the Intercontinental Championship, so maybe that's a route that they're going to take.
Able to strike from a long distance now from the top. Oh! Shades of her dad. Discus lariat by Natty, and that may be the beginning of the end tonight. And now Natty staring down at Maxine, gonna punish her here. Look at this. Right in her face, now turns it into the legendary sharp shooter. Maxine trying to make it to the bottom rope,
Did
trying to hang on.
Finn
Natty
give
drives
Liv
her
a
back
nod
to
in the
Balor.
corner?
Sharpshooter in
I think it looked like it for a split second, but maybe it was because the way the camera was shot.
Maxine.
It did look like a nod, though. My thing is, Youngblood, I don't even know what she does after Maxine. Maybe IC title stuff, potentially. That's the only other thing I could think of. Only other thing I could think of. I just don't like how they just did this character. Like, for Natty. Like, Natty should be booked way better than this. Way, way better.
The world is talking about this.
This is already the biggest social media.
Mr. Randy Orton. Cody is getting packed up and bloodied up right before WrestleMania.
Randy's gone unhinged. Them voices are talking to Randy right now.
He showed up in 09 fashion, bros.
It didn't have to be this way.
I feel like WrestleMania is tomorrow when it comes to this.
Randy, I wanted to root for you. Why are you doing it this way?
The only thing we miss
witnessing now is a true explanation.
And y'all about to get it.
And again, there are so many questions that I
over 112 million.
For Randy Orton, and I'm honored that Randy Orton is taking the time out of his day to actually grant us this exclusive interview tonight. Randy, thank you so much for joining us live on Monday Night Raw.
No, yeah, I'm here. It was good seeing you a couple weeks ago, too. You were watching Friday. Of course you were watching Friday. I think everybody was watching SmackDown. No, you're right. It was time. Listen, I got Michael Cole wanting to hound me right now. I got to let you go. But I appreciate you doing this. I really do. And I'll see you soon. Okay? Mm-hmm.
Well, Randy, thank you once again for joining us here tonight live.
Cole, I'm going to stop you right there. I know that I said I would do an interview for you on Monday Night Raw. However, I've changed my mind. No interview. But I will leave you with this. Ever since Friday, people have been talking my ear off, asking me question after question after question. Finally, I had a conversation with someone that had a brain. And they said something profound to me, something that made me think about my life and made me understand who I am, what I am. They made me understand why it is I did what I did to Cody Rhodes last Friday night on SmackDown. You see, Cole, I'm a killer. Hey, Cole, wrestling has more than one royal family.
Y'all let me know, could this been The Rock?
Randy Orton has much more to say.
Could The Rock have been the one talking to Randy Orton? Could The Rock have been one of the people talking to Randy Orton? Or was it Gunther? People are going to say because of the killer thing. Though, you know what I mean.
We about to take over the...
Pero un momento con mi amigo, por favor. Yeah.
No.
That means please, right? Yeah.
What if it could have been The Rock, y'all?
This is about last week, Kofi.
Wait, hold on, man. I know you want title matches, championship opportunities. You want to be the next face of WWE, right? I'm a former WWE champion. So let me give you some advice. It's all about who you associate yourself with, man, because there's people out on this roster that can help you up, big you up, lift you up, and there's other people who will stay dragging you down. You trying
to throw shots? You want to throw shots at my boy Dragon? Well, how about I give you your answer? No.
Wow.
I'm good.
Whoa.
But we ain't doing that.
It was just a joke,
We're
man.
not doing that, bro.
He said we ain't doing that.
Hey, chill out, man. You seen his track record with the teams he's been on, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Cliff. I have no idea what you see with this kid.
You have no idea what we see in him. You know, Grayson, a lot of people say the same thing to me and Woods about you.
About me?
Yeah. That's I don't say it. That's what they're saying.
Oh, Lord.
You're looking for a new member of the New Day to replace Woods?
No.
How about me? Very nice.
Very evil. What is this? We're not looking for a new day, a new member.
Instead of Booty O's, we can have Curse Crunch with Teeth Marshmallows. It'll be great.
What's the product, man? That was 10 years ago. Bro, that was almost a dime ago. 10 years.
You don't want Danhausen to join the New Day?
No, we don't want Danhausen to join the New Day. We're not afraid of your little voodoo, and quite frankly, we would like for you to leave.
Okay, well then
Get out.
You know what? It's about time.
Whoa, Curse!
Come, he said, no, I'm good. I don't want this.
He's talking about you.
He's talking about you. I pulled you in front of me.
Let's ask him. Hey, that went over my shoulder, dude.
No,
Danhausen rocks.
Oh my God, bro. I can't.
Well, WrestleMania 42 is presented by
Oh
Snickers.
no,
Snickers
fam.
WWE 2K26
Fam.
available now. GameSpot has named it one of the best games of 2026, and you don't want to miss out.
Yeah, I was thinking it could have been The Rock, and The Rock shows up.
And endless fun with new ragdoll physics. Jump in today. WWE 2K26.
So I believe this is like the final match before they get into the other one. Yeah, I'm thinking it's The Rock showing up again. But while I'm thinking about it, why would he show up here? Because I'm thinking, like, why wouldn't he show up to maybe cause Roman the match? That way you can use that as the first tease of the match that we're going to get between Roman and Rock at WrestleMania 43. Leo rather live wins the title or not. Yeah, I think people are saying Rock, Owens, or Bob Orton. But my question is, would they have him come out to be part of this whole feud? That's my thing about that. Would they allow Bob Orton to be back in the fold of things for this feud? That's my thing. Like, could they do it? Possibly. It just depends on how they would go about it. I could see them turning on. I could see it possibly happening of them turning on her on Liv at Mania. They could do that. They honestly could. I've been saying it's a possibility that they could for a minute. Like, I think since she's came back, I think it's been a possibility of it happening. Cody gonna slap Randy. Oh nah. You got a point, Youngblood, but hey man. You know Cody, he gonna have to be on one come Friday. It's no talking, it's no handshake, it's none of that. It's on site when they see each other. Like, seriously, I'm not even gonna hold you. If he does that, hey, you know Randy gonna go ballistic. He's gonna go ballistic. But all Cody needs to do is come out on SmackDown and pretty much start talking about his career, even as when he was like the Legend Killer in 2009, when he was pretty much losing at Mania and losing and pretty much got beat by a lot of people. So that's all you really has to do. They got 31% off tickets currently right now. I did see somebody had sent me that earlier. Now I don't know like what ticket prices are looking like right now. The Rock could be interesting. Yeah, it could be interesting.
Oh, Liv Morgan talking trash. 4 weeks from Saturday, 33 nights away. Stephanie Vaquer defends the World Championship against the winner of the 2026 Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan. Liv's confidence right now at an all-time. I will not touch them, but I will hold them. Don't put them on. I'm not going to put them on. I'm not allowed to touch them, Cole. I'm just holding them. Well, Liv Morgan looking on as Raquel Rodriguez has really one goal in mind tonight. That is damage up Stephanie on the road to WrestleMania. We know Raquel has the physical ability to do that. Raquel and Vaquer.
I hope you're feeling, Alex. I hope you're feeling better. If you're feeling nauseous, I would say try to take.
They've gone one-on-one, Corey, including that spectacular Philly.
I got to see what I take, but I usually, if I'm feeling nauseous, I usually like either lay down. But like when it comes to medication, Tylenol usually helps. It might make you sleepy, but it does help though.
Raquel Rodriguez. You know, we talked a lot about this in the gauntlet match, and Raquel is in a bad mood after she feels like she was robbed in that match last week. But nonetheless, talked about Raquel. She's a world champion one day. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, you'll get no argument from me on that assessment. But look at Vaquer into the pinning combination, rolling through.
And Raquel's got to kick out. So smooth is the champion Vaquer.
Almost effortless. Technical.
Oh, wow. Well, that'll stop the champ in her tracks.
You're not going to get any style points for that.
The only way I can see Raquel losing this, besides like maybe some Liv interferences, is maybe
she's incredible.
Is if something like EO got involved.
Because I don't want to, cramp your style. I'd like to. Never mind. Raquel now looking to twist Vaquer's head clean off of her shoulders.
You know, you can put the sunglasses down.
No, I can't. Liv asked me. Actually, she commanded me to.
CM Punk has a plan. I have a feeling. I hope he does. I hope he does.
I'm doing rather effective analysis at the same time.
Well, Raquel not effective with the elbow as Stephanie Vaquer turns things around. Nice leg drop by Vaquer. Cover now on Raquel and a kick out. So if Stephanie beats Raquel tonight with Liv looking on, that can't be good for the psyche of Morgan.
Absolutely, and that's why Stephanie was so eager to take this matchup, but it could have been a mistake. Look at the power of Rodriguez.
Oh, but Stephanie able to slip out of that.
Yeah, Stephanie knows that Liv Morgan is watching her every move right now. And Stephanie wants to lead by example and say, hey, Liv, I'll see you in Vegas. This is what you need to be ready for.
The official Eddie Ringo has his work cut out for him tonight, as you saw him admonish Liv Morgan moments ago.
You see this
But how would Rock fit in? Because I'm thinking.
Liv Morgan.
That's what I'm saying. Rock gets involved with Punk or something. And then he helps Punk call solo.
Oh my God, oh my God. This is incredible. Oh God. Out, isn't she? She's out.
But my thing is.
Handle that for you.
Also, why was Randy in 360p?
TurboTax expert has been.
I don't know. Maybe he was in a dark room. It looked like a dark room.
Try less intense. We do people's.
It looked like a dark room, no?
On their phone or in person, so that they can relax.
Yeah, I know, but it's taxes. So when do they cry?
No, they don't cry. They just go home happy.
And then they cry?
There's no crying. He's so committed.
Can I cry?
Club members can get any footlong for just $6.99. Every irresistible sub is packed with tons of crispy, crunchy.
Because I'm thinking, like, if you can have Rock come in to help maybe Punk retain, that can set the groundwork for the feud that we know we're going to get between Rock and Roman at WrestleMania 43. So why wouldn't they use that? And if you really want somebody to get involved in this whole ordeal with maybe Randy and Cody, I mean, who else could it be if it's not The Rock? Could it be a Sami Zayn? Could it be a Sami Zayn? Are you guys Team Liv or Team Stephanie at Mania? I'm Team Liv. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. All day, every day, win, lose, draw. I'm Team Liv, man. Whether if we win or lose at Mania, I'm Team Liv through and through. Well, CM Punk has the AEW roster to help him. Who on the AEW roster would help him in a scenario such as this? Don't everybody on the AEW roster, for the most part, last time I checked, hate him? I think that was a thing at one point, though, right? Something like that, right? I mean, at first I thought they could have made them night one, potentially. But like when you have, if they would have did stuff like they were doing with Cody and Randy, then it would have made sense. But I don't see, unless it's gonna be like something like a Bianca Rhea match 1-on-1. I don't see a women's match main eventing night one. Unless it's like Rhea and Bianca 1-on-1, I don't see it being like a night the women having night one. With the way they're booking them right now, I mean, granted, what they're doing with Liv and Stephanie is okay, but like we can all agree it could be better. Like we all can agree it could be better. If they would put a little bit more emphasis and excitement into the storyline, it would be better.
Here at ringside. Becker now needs to tap into those reserves deep inside. The championship rounds, if you will. Nice block by Stephanie and fighting back now. Guts and resilience of the champion.
Seth, I can see that's possible if Roman.
Just in time.
Yeah.
Rodriguez hung up.
I would love to see Raquel versus Megan Bayne. Raquel versus Megan Bayne would be a good feud and a good match.
And now you take out the knee, you take out the power. Smart way to neutralize Raquel. And here comes La Primera. Meteora in the bottom turnbuckle. And Liv again looking on. And I've noticed the smile has washed away from the face of Liv Morgan. Hey, you know what tomorrow is on NXT, Cole? It's Booker T Appreciation Night. But I guess Raquel's going to continue to be a hater. Around we go. Raquel puts the brakes on anyway. This is terrifying power. Into a vertical suplex for Raquel Rodriguez. Face first goes Stephanie Becker. Inverted vertical suplex. And Raquel now from the second turnbuckle, nobody home. Look at that corkscrew splash and moving out of the way. There's Stephanie Becker, and speaking of Booker T, well, this is why I said it the first time before Raquel took it away. Devil's kiss. We appreciate you, Book. And now Liv Morgan up on the apron, talking trash to the champion. Wondered when she would get involved. Well, Liv hasn't physically gotten involved yet, but it turned the tables in the match with a big boot by Raquel. Well, that's on Becker.
I knew it. I said it was only a matter of time for Rio got involved in this.
Between these two women. And now Raquel Rodriguez sending Io side.
She just hit her with a bulldozer.
This is getting dangerous out here. Becker now takes down Raquel. And the match continues. We're checking out Io Sky here as Liv is dumped into the timekeeper's area. Well, Becker still has a match in progress with Raquel Rodriguez. La Primera making the climb. Looks like a crime scene out here. You think Liv's okay?
Oh.
Body caught by Raquel. What about Io? Oh, what a spinning slam. Someone should go check on Liv. Or somebody should get out here and help Io. Look at the power
Oh. Roll up. 1, 2. Stephanie just keeps getting one over on Raquel, apparently. Raquel just can't beat Stephanie for whatever reason. He will always be a little bit not. Y'all, come on. Oh, I didn't even get the other one either. And get this one too.
Amazing? You thought that was amazing? Which time when she kicked out of one thing or the second thing or the third thing? Because I couldn't get.
Who is that Austin Theory's talking to?
You don't think I want to see you get to WrestleMania, huh? Well, I do. More.
Who is that? Who is that? Is that Maxine?
You're gonna get there. You know how I know? Because I'm gonna help you, and I'm going too, and we are gonna do it together. Okay, sister. How dare you two mess up my chance at becoming the Intercontinental Champion? I would have beaten AJ Lee tonight if I won last week. I'll never forget that you two cost me the championship. 姉さん、でも私たちタッグのベルト狙いやねん。うるせえんじゃポゲポゲ。おい、ベイリー、ライラー。お前ら舐めとったらあかんぞ、ほらポゲ。You are not ready for
Okay.
Stay away from us.
I gotta find a summon for that for when she does that.
What did she say there? They said they're going after the tag titles. Oh. Maybe we should go talk to Pierce. Maybe we should go talk to Pierce. Maybe we should go to WrestleMania, my dog.
Well, you know, we are on the road to WrestleMania. It has been a chaotic night. Seth Rollins and his hooded
But
figures
here's my
came
thing:
out to the ring
is
to start.
it sounds like they're recruiting Maxine into the Vision.
Over a dozen men. A ruthless display of power from Brock Lesnar, who was eventually met by the ruler.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be Brock and Seth going after one another, but Oba Femi appeared. And man, oh man, did he make a statement. I have never seen.
I don't think she's bad luck. I don't see it like that.
The way that Oba Femi did.
Lesnar took his eye off of Oba for just a fraction of a second and was met with a fall from grace. An absolutely epic powerbomb by the bringer of war to the beast incarnate.
And ladies and gentlemen, we can confirm that it is now official. Oba Femi pointing to the WrestleMania sign and accepting Brock Lesnar's open challenge.
Oh yes, it is official.
The beast, Brock Lesnar, the ruler, Oba Femi, a collision on the
Oh, I'm ready for this. Oh, I'm ready for this.
And speaking of Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate will be here live from Boston next week on Monday Night Raw. And Corey, he is going to be in a mood.
How excited are you guys for Mania? On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm like about a 6. I'm about a 6.
And as far as Paul Heyman's other charges, Logan Paul
Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, the World Tag Team Champions, next Monday on Netflix.
Boys, think about last week, think about earlier tonight. Now, the Vision had your names in their mouth. They had my names in their mouth. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't really like the sound of it. But you know, I know, we all know that we've got business with the Vision going back for a long time now. But I can't help but notice you guys, Roman Reigns getting a little bit cozy. What's going on with that?
On the real, it's just family business, Oos. So mind your business, LA.
Big E, Big Jim, that's a big no. And I'm going to tell you why. Look, you talk about family business. I can appreciate family business. I can respect family business. What I can't respect is if the bloodline of old comes back. I have to tell you this. I love both of you. We got this whole thing, me, you, on the same page with the Vision. But if we talk about the bloodline, we cannot be same page. Good?
Jay ain't trying to shake your hand. We ain't cool. Jay's going back to his unhinged ways. He don't care.
And tonight's WWE Raw is brought to you by DoorDash. Your door to more.
We got OTC. Now we apparently Royce Keys and Jelly Roll teaming up. My thing is this: if we're getting Jelly Roll and Royce Keys teaming up, who would they even face that would even make remotely any sense? And no, it should not be anything dealing with jobbers at all. So Finn is cutting a promo next Monday, probably. Hey, Roman might be done at Mania, bro. Cause then I hear something about like his contract being up after Mania, anyways. Something like that. I heard something like that though. Punk Unleash. He's going to. After seeing tonight, I do think Braun Breaker is going to be back in time. I do think Braun Breaker is going to be back in time if this is how things are going to play out. CM Punk rumors. Let me guess. Roman is going to talk. You know, I feel like it's a possibility he's going to talk about earlier. After seeing CM Punk pretty much talk about his father last week, I feel like it's going to happen. He's going to talk about him. You know he's going to talk about him. So predictable Roman. I mean, what more do you want him to do? Who do you think, Rock? I think it's gonna cause Roman, because if you're gonna set up Rock Roman for 43, this will be a good stage to kind of set that up. And how we go from there, I don't know, but at least getting the first stage of it, yeah. So Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania 42. This will make his 11th time main eventing WrestleMania. This is crazy. Crazy stat. It's a crazy, crazy stat. And he's literally getting pyro again. $11-handed Mania main events. I will say CM Punk has been been healing it up in the in this like storyline that they've been doing. And the fans are just eating it up, bro. At least Moxley and Seth have personality. Facts.
Acknowledge me. I know they hear that back there.
I agree with you, Alex, on that one. He still can go at times, but hey, when it comes to PM Punk and Roman, come on now, you know where my allegiance lie.
Because at the end of the day, I'm in the beginning, I'm in the middle, and you already know who closes the show. The OTC. And you gotta forgive him. You gotta forgive him. Phil gets a little confused. He must have forgot that we're in the main event and this is Monday and this is his show. Don't listen to that, Phil. The water is warm. Why don't you come on out here and let's handle some business, huh?
Why do you think I didn't go, Alex? Because I knew they were going to be like that for Roman. I'm probably going to be the only one that's going to be cheering for Punk, honestly. Like, yeah, they gave him a pop there, but, like, where were they honestly? Seriously. I acknowledge you, CM Punk. I agree with that. I agree with that. I totally agree with it. 100%. But since he's coming to the ring, we'll recap the show, so we don't really have to recap as much. Once the show ends, because we pretty much recapped everything. So we pretty much, the opening segment, we did have none other than Seth Rollins come out there. He said he's coming out of the Vision. He's going to destroy what he created. That allowed Paul Heyman to come out there. They had their little dynamic. It looked like they were setting up between Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar came out there. Seth Rollins was just used as kind of like a little bit of the decoy to kind of throw Brock off his game for Obafemi to make his presence felt. He comes down and he confronts Brock Lesnar. He lays out Brock Lesnar. Now we know that's going to be a match at WrestleMania, which I'm definitely looking forward to that. Definitely Clash of the Behemoths, big meaty man type of meat, if you will, which I think will be a good match. Hopefully they make the right decision in allowing Obafemi to overcome the odds and beat Brock Lesnar to stamp his approval to being this new monster of WWE at this point. We seen we didn't really get a true good follow-up for me for like the Judgment Day of them putting Finn out the Judgment Day. I thought we were going to get a little bit more there. I thought we could have, instead of having Liv in the spot of pretty much taking that leadership role, or kind of, we could have had maybe like Dominic or JD to be the one to do the talking, explaining their actions of turning on Finn and everything like that, rather than Liv. So you got that happening. We do know that the Vision's next step is potentially setting them up for the tag team titles. I wonder where Braun Breaker is going to fit, if he's going to be back in time for WrestleMania. I think the match is still going to be Braun Breaker and Seth. Then we'll do the Usos, maybe, and Vision for the tag titles at WrestleMania. But then my biggest question is, where does LA Knight lie? I'm pretty think at this point he might be bound to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, because I just don't see anything else of substance for him to do. Maybe we get a little bit of a vignette kind of for Randy. Looks like we'll get some more questions being answered on Friday. So that's going to be a little bit very interesting. And then for the little visual that we got, I wonder what this means. Are we really, please don't tell me this is what's happening. Are we really about to see Maxine Dupree be the newest member of the Vision? Because we've seen Austin Theory and Logan look like they were talking to her in the background. Usually a lot of times when something happens where people are talking in the background, it leads to something down the line. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's not Maxine Dupree joining the Vision, because I just don't think that's going to do much of anything for her career at all.
Welcome to my ring. Welcome to my main event.
Yeah, about that. You keep using my government name like it's supposed to be an insult. My friends and my family, they're allowed to call me Phil. I would maybe try to insult you and call you Titty Tiaki or whatever your real name is.
Not Titty Tiaki, bro.
But I don't obsess over you or read your Wikipedia, and I'm certainly not going to call you Joe, because that would be insulting to a real Samoan who I love very, very much.
Oh no. He already, shout out to Samoa Joe. Shout out to Samoa Joe. Shout out to Samoa Joe.
You should call Joe and he'll remind you on who your tribal chief is.
Did I hear you earlier say you're sending all the Samoans after me? All of them?
I didn't say I was sending anybody. I gave them permission to do whatever they got to do.
The only thing they're going to do is high-five me, just like everybody here in San Antonio did. Pardon me for a second, I'll show you whose show it is. Is it great to be alive on a Monday night in
can hear, I'm on everybody's mind.
Huh? I don't know about that one. Well, Dom and JD are both 145 pounds. LOL. Facts.
And you, well, you'll just say anything, won't you? Like, you got me in the main event, right? Phil here hasn't main evented anything this year. I mean, Phil couldn't even main event a live event tour in Europe.
His insults main events.
Come on, Punk. They're calling for you. Say something special.
Yeah, they're calling for me now, and I was calling for you last week, but you two chickens show up, so you sent your cousins. And man,
See, CM Punk always has a, he always gonna get him.
Stepper. I will say and I will do what I please to get the advantage, man. That's why these people love me. I guess that's why you don't like me.
Roman, you need to start talking classes. Hey, CM Punk dog walking him right now.
But they came out and they handled their family business, and you know what? I deserved what I got last week. Right message, wrong messenger.
Oh, he said, I didn't want to hear from the Usos. I want to hear from you. Oh, he said, who the real tribal chief?
This is what you cheer for? I've heard this garbage for 5 years straight. Which one's the real tribal chief? I mean, come on with that garbage. You are trite. You're redundant. You repeat the same over and over and over. Oh, he's not here. He's a part-timer. Good. Maybe you should figure out what the top dollar players do. Why don't you go ask your wife?
Oh, nah, bro.
So,
nah.
Until you come up with something that can actually faze me, don't waste my time, Phil.
Oh, he said you ain't going nowhere. I'm not done talking. Where you think you going, Roman? Where you think you going? I got something to say. He said, Roman, you better get back in the ring.
My belt, my show. I tell you when you can come and when you can go. And young boy, now's not the time.
Punk, you better eviscerate Roman's wife right now. Yeah, facts. All right, but he better start eviscerating. It's time to go to work.
I can see it.
It's time to start eviscerating.
I can feel it. I'm in your head and I'm under your skin. And go ahead, take a look at that sign. It's the last time you're gonna main event.
Oh, he says the last time you're gonna main event.
I'm gonna lift you up onto my shoulders with all my punkamaniacs screaming, CM Punk!
Not punkamaniacs.
CM Punk! And I'm gonna hoist you above my beautiful head of hair, and I'm gonna send you back down to earth, crashing into my knee, and I'm gonna split your ego in two and beat you on the grandest stage of them all.
We're spitting Roman.
I didn't want
Tell
to
him,
go
Punk.
here because there's just so much rich history to tap into, but enough is enough. You're delusional. We all know you're great on this microphone. We all know that you're great with the mental games, but you can't faze me. I'm the most successful superstar you've ever ran.
Somebody got to say Roman Reigns, you're fired.
You're tribal chief. I've done everything under the sun in this business. And when the talking is done, we all know that you can't do the walking. Because at the end of the day, this is the truth here, Phil. You're not faster than me. You're not stronger than me. You can't do anything that I do in this ring. You're not better looking than me. You're nothing to me. That title on your waist It's an embarrassment. You're a try-hard that's making us all look terrible because at the end of the day, you're old.
Oh! He dropped him. He said, "You want to call me old, huh? All right, I'm going to show you." He said, "I'm going to show you." He just dropped Roman. Roman just got dropped. Roman, you just got dropped. He just got dropped, bruh. He just dropped him.
That's the king in the middle game.
Okay. So I thought that we were going to get a little bit more. I mean, he did drop Roman, though. I feel like that's the biggest talking point is that he dropped Roman in this scenario. He dropped him. I was thinking for a split second based off the interaction that we got earlier with Jay, with the Usos talking to Roman. I thought maybe the Usos would have gotten involved here. They would have done something to where we could further solidify that we might be getting the bloodline reforming in the lead up to this match at WrestleMania. But we didn't, so I wonder if they're going to continue to tease that, and then maybe we'll get the final culmination of that. Maybe at WrestleMania, potentially. I don't know. But I do think, at the very least, we're laying the groundwork for that to be a thing within the coming weeks. I do think that, at the very least. I do think we're leaning to that, though. So I don't know what this overall means now. Because we're, like I said, we're laying the groundwork, we're getting bits and pieces of it, but are we fully investing into the idea of Roman and the Usos reforming the bloodline going forward, coming out of WrestleMania with them all on top, maybe with the Usos as tag team champions still, and then for whatever reason, shockingly enough, Roman did win the title. That's the only thing I could think of, and if that's the case, it really comes down to who is going to take the title from him. Because I've been hearing people saying Roman wins the title at WrestleMania, and then they built up Braun Breaker to be the one to take it at SummerSlam. Now, if that is the route that they want to go in, fine, I guess. But then we kind of lost a lot of the momentum with Braun Breaker losing a lot of steam, his whole Vision storyline, everything that's happened with Seth, the injury. It's all kind of have played against his favor in the moment and right now. So I don't think that is the route that I would personally want to see. I think Roman losing the title, losing at WrestleMania, maybe because the Usos turn their back on Roman to show that times have changed. We're not really with you anymore. We're doing our own thing. We're happy doing our own thing and going from there. And then what happened to the storyline of Jey Uso being unhinged, right? Where it looked like they were teasing something. Could we be going in the route of Jay and the Usos turning on Roman at Mania, and this is leading into like a Jey Uso as a heel storyline versus Roman Reigns, maybe at a SummerSlam, maybe. Because that's kind of where this all first kind of took form anyways. So, I don't know. I would rather have it be Zoe Stark in the Vision more than Maxine Dupree. I would take anybody over Maxine Dupree in the Vision, let's be honest. I would take even Ivy Nile over the Vision, in the Vision over Maxine. Maxine's not doing it for me. I'm not saying she's bad or anything, or she's just like the worst of the worst. Like, no, I've seen worse wrestlers, but I think for her overall, from a character's perspective, it just does not fit. It doesn't. The work that she's been putting in, yes, you're seeing that she's starting to try to take steps to try to get better. But overall, I don't think she is in a role right now to where I can take her serious enough to be like, hey, she'll fit the vision. She can propel the vision. She'll make, the best of what she's able to do. I don't see that. I don't see that from Maxine. I just don't. I don't see it. So they're I feel like we're teasing it. I am hoping that's not the route they're gonna go in, because like I said, it just won't work for me. It's just not fitting. I don't really want to see that. I don't. But either MFT or Seth is costing. Yeah, I think Seth is probably gonna more like cost him, because I think Seth's whole thing, he does hate CM Punk, right? But he also understands what it's like to have Roman as the champion. He knows he's not going to be there like that. He knows and understands he won't be like that. He will understand that he will throw anything and everything to the wind to get that title and to hold it hostage. He knows, because he fought against that when Roman was the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion originally. When he was holding both of those titles, when Raw did not have a championship. He knew the reason why that World Championship was pretty much brought around is so that Raw can have a fighting champion, while pretty much Roman was doing what he's doing over on SmackDown. So now, bring that full circle, he's stopping nothing. He's pretty much stopping him. Leo, did they tease Easter eggs in Liv's promo? Did they tease anything in the promo? Maybe they did. They probably did, because, she kind of says, I've been waiting for this moment from day one. But then, it like I said, it kind of feels like she's taking this new leadership role, kind of. Because, like I'm saying, if they weren't teasing, if this whole time it was between Liv and Finn, right? This entire time when we were starting to tell the downfall of pretty much him being excommunicated from the Judgment Day, who was the main one in cahoots, or the person that was pretty much he was in the same room with or talking to? It was Liv. So I'm thinking from a perspective like that, it's going to lead to maybe Finn and Liv being cahoots. Seth is Roman's kryptonite? Absolutely. He's always been Roman's kryptonite. Even back to when he turned heel on the Shield. He's always been the one to get a one-up on Roman. Seth is going to let Roman win at Mania. Oh, Seth isn't going to let Roman. Yeah, he's not going to let Roman win at Mania. He ain't going to let that happen. He ain't going to let that happen. I would be very utterly shocked if he did. I'm not going to hold you. He would not allow that. But that is the end of the Monday Night Raw stream, you guys, pretty much. Overall, I thought it was an okay show. The opening was really cool. I did like the way they did the opening with Oba, and that we know that's going to be a match come WrestleMania, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. We'll see where the Judgment Day stuff goes from here. We'll have to see where when Finn Balor comes back, and maybe we'll get the ball rolling on that. But overall, I thought it was an okay episode. CM Punk pretty much laying out Roman was cool as well. So we'll see how these things go in the coming weeks. Leo, what is next for Raquel after losing? I don't know. I think we're probably going to get like a mini feud between her and Io. And then we'll probably do like Io and Asuka, because I did hear that's potentially going to be the match at WrestleMania. So if that's not going to be the match, then maybe they'll do Io and Raquel at Mania. Considering there is some history there, Raquel was the one that took the NXT Women's Championship from Io in 2021 at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. So they could rehash that. Yo, appreciate the follow so much. So I think that might be what happens next. That might be what they do now. That probably is the route they're going to go. Because I was thinking if it's really was going to be Io and Asuka, they would have pretty much started teasing that already. Or they would have been having them have face-offs and stuff like that, but they haven't really done that in recent weeks. It's mainly just been Io and Asuka. I mean, not Io and Asuka, but Io and Raquel. So that begs the question, is Io and Raquel going to be the Mania match? Because we do know that we're going to get like a pre-show or something like that for both nights. And I could see that being one of the matches on the nights of Mania. If it could be. Because I just don't think you're going to leave Io Sky off WrestleMania. She's one of the best workers in the company. She's one of the best in-ring, period, point blank. There's no way you would leave her off WrestleMania. I'll be utterly shocked if they were to leave her off WrestleMania. I think a lot of people will be very shocked to leave if she's left off WrestleMania. She shouldn't be left off WrestleMania. So we'll have to see where that is gonna go, and then we have to see where things are gonna go between Liv and Stephanie, because they need to amp this up. They need to get the ball rolling on this feud. They need to get the ball rolling on that for sure. Dom wasn't on the show tonight. So we'll see where he's. I feel like once he comes back, maybe that's when we'll see Finn Balor show up and everything like that, and we'll get the ball rolling on that being the match come WrestleMania. So with Liv doing all these promos or turning her babyface possibly, because she's been kind of taking that leadership role, like I said, and it's like there is a lot of history between Liv and Finn, so we could do that where she turns face, but we have to see. We'll have to see. But that's the end of the stream, you guys. I hope everybody has an amazing rest of your night. Too sweet, hearty handshake, and I'll see you guys.